international currency. There is going to be such massive financial loss. Automatically, if the US dollar collapses, then automatically the US economy will crash. Remember, this is the international currency. There is going to be such massive financial loss in the United States in particular. White America losing most of its wealth. That you can close your eyes and anticipate panic in the United States of America and riots in the United States of America. They might have to declare martial law.
And shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Kakudash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles, a great milestone. Salutation to your Archeums pushing this word and sincere and truth to say it's your brother Yasad back at you with another lesson willing to define. Again, Asha Shabbat, you know. To the Archeum, the few and faithful Aquat, you know. Or Aquatium. Well, hey, things are not looking well for Babylon, right? And we know with the BRICS dollar, which is 55 to 1 US dollar, which being also backed by gold, and numerous countries join in.
If the US dollar collapses, then automatically
The United States is set.
It's the interests of the Americans that are being threatened with a world that is more equal, that is more fair, that is more just. They can't survive in that world because their methods of existence are based on plundering other nations, on humiliating other nations, on exploiting other nations. It sets one humble nation against the other. When it doesn't have a hand in it, it doesn't work to resolve those conflicts. It works to perpetuate those conflicts. When the world is divided, it becomes easier to exploit. It becomes easier to plunder. This is the country that benefits from wars. It prospers from wars. It creates wars as a business. If no conflict arises naturally, they create it. Look at Iraq today. Look at what they do to other people's leaders. Look at what they did to Saddam Hussein. Look what they did to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. It's the interest of the American.
Time. Habakkuk 2 on verses 5. You press let me just get it. For edification's sake, we always bring all these precepts. Yep, a precept, Habakkuk 2 and 5, it say, Yea also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home. Just as a guy was saying, you know, they exploit nations, take advantage of them. They can live in a economy where, you know, everything is balanced, everybody, you know, on almost the same level, because you see, Babylon had been as the scripture says, the golden cup of the Lord. They was on top. They was like the bully for the longest while, you know. But the scripture prophecy come to pass, you know. The weak nations saying they are strong now, and especially where the BRICS is established here. A lot of these nations though had afraid Babylon the Great no more, right? But let me finish up the precept saying, neither keep it at home, who enlarge it as desires hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Just as that guy was just saying, just as that guy was saying that what they don't try to help situations or problem. They escalate it. They cause wars, and he started off mentioning certain acts of America in Iraq, Afghanistan, even going to mention what they do to leaders. I'm not sure. Listen,
As business, if no conflict arises naturally, they create it. Look at Iraq today. Look at what they do to other people's leaders. Look at what they did to Saddam Hussein. Look what they did to Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. It's the interest.
America cannot survive in a world that is just as fair. BRICS is a big threat to them. Yes, of course. Because with a lot of countries dumping the US dollars, no more trading in the US dollar, the economy of America will what? Deplete. Hyperinflation, and that would cause a drastic drop in the economy. Jobs would get scarce. A lot of looting and shooting, protesting. Hey, Babylon the Great is done. And we know it would result in what? World War III. It would result in World War III because the man who is the bully, who was the spoiler, who was the predator at the beginning, now humbled on himself, and all these nations rising up against him. It's obvious that he's gonna show back his face as it was in the early, right? When it had the French American War, they fighting against Spain. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The little man and fat man and little boy, you know, the kind of fears he left into these nations, but things are actually turning around, especially with the BRICS. You know, let me play another video.
Of the American
Turning point this is.
Important economic blocks. Right, and the BRICS summit in South Africa's Johannesburg beginning tomorrow will seek to widen its influence and push for a shift in global geopolitics. Absolutely. And Russia will be represented by its foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, but President Vladimir Putin will be participating online. Right, all eyes, of course, on the BRICS summit. President Ramaphosa will be joined by Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Chinese President Xi Jinping, Brazilian President Lula da Silva. Putin decided against attending in person as he is target of an international criminal court arrest warrant that South Africa is in theory bound to enforce. Absolutely. Now on Sunday, President Ramaphosa, he vowed that South Africa will not be forced to side with any global powers. He said, and I'm quoting here, while some detractors prefer overt support for the % of the world's population, significantly the BRICS, it's seen their economic influence increase over the past decades as drivers of global growth, trade and investments. Some 50 other leaders who are not BRICS members, including Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and Indonesian President Joko Widodo, have confirmed that they will attend the talks as well. And at least 40 countries have shown interest in becoming the members, with 23 having submitted their applications already. Now, some of the countries aspiring to be BRICS members, it includes Argentina, Bangladesh, Bahrain, Cuba, Ethiopia, Indonesia, Iran, Nigeria, and Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, the expansion plans were first mooted last year, and this is according to South Africa's foreign minister.
So, hey, we actually seen it as the weeks, as the days go by, more and more country looking to join the BRICS alliance, right? So, hey, that would be bad for you, Babylon the Great. So, what is Babylon gonna do about it? Will they just sit back and watch another man come up on top? We'll see. So let's get into it. Bear with me just a moment.
Sound what a turning point this is in human history. how revolutionary it is that BRICS have expanded from 5 to 11 members in one fell swoop. Just like that, overnight. Do you guys know that in its new form, BRICS countries will represent half of the world's population, 30% of global GDP as it is, 43% of global oil production. With Argentina joining the BRICS countries, they will now have two of the largest countries, the largest economies in South America. Africa will go from 1 to 3 BRICS members. Egypt with its access to the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, the Suez Canal. They fought wars over that canal. And Ethiopia, one of Africa's fastest growing economies. And finally, last but not least, the oil and gas rich countries, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. These are titans. These are titans. And you must understand, BRICS is an organization, a bloc that has openly called for de-dollarization. So having Saudi Arabia, the backbone of the petrodollar, join BRICS, you couldn't make up a bigger slap in the face. I can guarantee you they are not feeling very good right now in Washington, D.C. I was accredited.
Hey, so you all got the picture, you know? You all got the picture. Things surely not looking well for Babylon, you know. Let's get into a couple precepts. Alright. The book of Isaiah chapter 33. First off, I'll get Ecclesiastes. Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verses 12. It says, for wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. Right? So basically, money, right, as the US dollar was the world, you know, international currency, America being the world hegemony, and now things are changing around. You know? Things are actually changing around. Right? America hadn't for the longest while, well, a matter of fact never had a great enemy and a great foe as this, you know, the BRICS alliance, and they surely won't be able to prevail because more and more countries joining the BRICS, the NATO and the European Union countries. Hey, soon they're gonna see who is the man with the real arms up on the table. Even them gonna actually, is either one they would leave outright or they would actually go under the table, you know, and join BRICS, because everybody, these are smaller nations, right? Salak. Alright, can. So hey, as we know, the US dollar being depreciated, the economy is gonna drastically depreciate, right? Especially when a lot of countries not using the US dollar, which is set backed by oil, so-called backed by oil. Is a lot of these countries not gonna have time with that anymore, but they would prefer the currency that is backed by gold, right? The scriptures say they that was confederate with you. Well, I'm gonna first off get Isaiah 33 and 1, right? Isaiah chapter 33 and 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. Because hey, America had their reign, the campaign, you know, the time a great mass slaughter, you know, the time building the city, Right, as the scriptures say, want to a city that is built upon blood. Right? And also woe to the bloody city. I'll get them two precepts. And one's Habakkuk 2 and 12. I will get it off. Let's see. And dealest treacherously, and dealt not treacherously with thee. Because hey, as we just take in the video, the guys say America, they exploit nations, and that's what they have been doing. Look, for instance, so-called Africa, South Africa and certain areas where they exploiting them, reaping the natural resources and leaving the economy down to the dogs. You feel Babylon, okay? Let's say, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou seest the spoil, that shall be spoiled. Yeah, when thou seest the spoil, and that will happen because Babylon benefited, they don't reap the lands. Hey, they distress a lot of people, the Native Americans. They brought nations into very low estate. Look at Venezuela. They blacklisted nations. And look to the extent a lot of people that they have passed through. The I think it's all Afghanistan, or Iraq. They went into for the poppies, the drugs, making war with nations for their benefit. Babylon, you have a lot to pay for, America. Let's see. And when thou shall make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that was gonna go on now, These nations gonna see that another world hegemony is rising up. So they wanna be on the so-called safe side. Although we know through the spirit and power Yahweh Shemeshai, none of them is gonna come out on top because Yahushua is coming back. But these nations gonna look for the safer side, right? We're gonna get the book of Obadiah chapter 1 and 7. Because little do we know we're gonna see a lot of new countries is gonna join the BRICS. Right? Obadiah 1 and 7, it say, all the men of thy confederacy. So all them who there was had the contracts, the treaties with, which we know America is known for not keeping their word, not keeping their end of the bargain and breaking the promises. It say, have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee. So even the ones in NATO and the EU, even them gonna turn against Babylon and prevail against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. So the same ones that having trade with America and benefiting offer her, as it's saying, I think in Revelation 17 or 18, to take part in she delicacies, and I've gotten rich off of her. These same nations, same countries, they're gonna turn against you. Let's say, and lay a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right? So yeah, pa. Mega here. Book of Revelation 17 and 16. And all of these here is reason why, Babylon the Great is gonna look for that last stand. Right? When we start to see a lot of nations start to join BRICS, the BRICS starting to govern almost majority of the world's supply of oil, because these nations join onto BRICS. Babylon the Great is about to show horns. That's why World War III is inevitable. Revelation 17:16 it say, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which is the EU, shall he eat the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Right? So the ones that are with Babylon the Great, they're gonna turn against her and burn her with fire. Right? That's why I was to bring out this precept, Habakkuk 2 and 12. I wanted them that woe to him that buildeth a city, buildeth a tongue with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity. Right? So hey, destruction unto him, because America is built on the blood of, the Israelites, and they fought a lot of wars with these nations to gain what? Natural resources and certain things that would benefit them. So, hey, America, Babylon, you have a lot of blood on your hands, and it is about time. Because Isaiah 9 and 5, right? Because hey, thermal nuclear fire coming. World War III is inevitable. Isaiah 9 and 5, it says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise as long time, you would hear man axe, sword, shield, fighting, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So that's what's going to take place. ICBM missile war, nuclear missile. The book of Revelation 11. No, I'll get Jeremiah 50 and 45 first. Right, it say, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he had taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Right? At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved and cry, and the cry is heard among the nations. Yeah, because them nuclear missiles, what is gonna be shot, and hit Babylon the Great. These nations is gonna witness it, right? As it's saying, I think Revelation 18, the lament for her, when they see she smoke reach up in the heavens, and when Babylon the Great is destroyed, right? Because they're gonna lose that war, Revelation 11 and 14, which is gonna be the end of all wars. Revelation 11:14, it say, the second war is past, World War 1, and behold the second war is past, World War 2, and behold the third war cometh quickly. And hey, we in those times, man, because Babylon the Great is not gonna sit back and watch the economy depreciate and these things without a fight. Right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Double honor to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Salutation to you, Archeon, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. Until the next one, I say shalom.